today, because today is so much cooler and more important. We are joined by TopShot Kingdom. Wherever you are, make some noise. Woo! So I hope you heard that we got some guests here as well, but sitting next to me, a very important guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Robert, but in the TopShot Twitter area, my name is Chewy Wolf. There'll be some questions later on in regards to aliases and nicknames and things like that, so I'll transition to that later on. But yeah, I am the founder of TopShot Kingdom, along with my co-captain, who we'll bring on later. We're a community group of NFTs for the NBA TopShot Kingdom. It's about highlights of your favorite teams and collectors that are meeting together to celebrate their love of NBA basketball.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. I'm in. Where do I join? Okay. So real quick, today is International NFT Day. When people hear that, there we go. See it on the screen. It's International NFT Day. What is an NFT?
Well, I could say it's a non-fungible token, but what does that even mean?
Exactly.
I mean, it allows you to have a unique digital item, whether it's a photo, whether it's a video, whether it's an animation, that is on a blockchain. Blockchain is on a digital wallet, that is attached to some kind of a digital cryptocurrency. With TopShot, it is a Dapper wallet. That's the name of the wallet. But NFTs could be anything from Ethereum to Cardano to all different kinds of cryptocurrency. But all around the world, from Dubai to China, South Africa, they're celebrating today. Earlier today and going on through tonight, they're having in real life events. They're also having virtual events in the metaverse. That's another big NFT trigger word.
I like trigger word could not be more accurate.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, there's some definite trigger words in the NFT space that can rile people up.
Yes. Well, we're definitely, or rug is also another one. So we're going to learn more about NFTs, International NFT Day. Also, we're going to learn more about TopShot Kingdom. But while this is all happening, I will be on stage, on here, creating a live painting that will become an NFT, correct? So
that's correct.
Before we get started into that, how is that going to happen?
So when you're finished with your painting, you'll be taking a high-res, high-def image of your painting, which we'll then download. We'll turn that into what's called a float. That can be claimed because this is a very special painting. We'll password protect this. So only people that attend tonight, that attend on the live stream, with the emails that we've received, we'll be giving out that password for people to claim that NFT. Along with that, there'll be a special raffle to receive prizes. And I'll let you say whether or not your painting will be on display or given away, or however you want to.
We'll decide that when it's done. I'll spill that later. But then also, real quick, this is what I love about NFTs is what we are doing in real life, IRL today, which is it's more than just owning an image. It's more than just owning a digital piece of art. It is access to events like this. The people attending here are holders of an NFT, a very exclusive one that got them access here, or holding the NFT will give them access to this one that we're creating today. So I'll let you guys talk about that. I'm gonna go paint, but I'm gonna bring on a special guest that will be taking over the hosting duties much better than me. But I'm gonna introduce him right now, Square Bear. I'll let you explain that nickname too, but come on, and I'm gonna go to the stage. All right.
Thank you very much. Welcome in. You got the pre-warmed seat.
I've got a pre-warmed seat. It is nice and cushy in here. It's awesome being in David Garibaldi's new studio. So if you guys don't know, or if you didn't know, it's your boy Matt, aka Square Bear, aka your favorite TopShotter's favorite TopShotter. You know what it is. This is TopShot Kingdom. But also, more important than that, it is International NFT Day. It is on and poppin'. We're like grease lightning, and Yeah, we've got a special guest. This is the International NFT Day flag created by the one and only Airbrush Magic.
Air Magic. David,
Thank you.
David Magianis. We created this together, spun it up real quick with his airbrush artistry with the NFT sign there, and he signed it down the bottom. That also is a free claimable float. So we posted that on our Twitter, on Discord. If you're here in real life, on the television outside, there's a QR code where you can claim that as an NFT for free. So something similar to that will be available for David Garibaldi's painting. But like I said, it'll be a password protected one.
Ooh, it is exclusive.
And by the way, that sign is beautiful, and we got to make sure that we get some good light on it later. So, but when I'm done, we're going to cut that thing down, bring it over here so you guys can see it with some better color, do it some justice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting, if that's okay. While I'm painting, if you're watching this, we're going to need your comments down below if you can guess what it is. If you have any answers to the questions that they may be asking, but we're just going to be chatting, creating along with you. And then I'll let you guys take it away, and I'll just chime in a little bit.
Sure, yes. Of course.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, get some guesses in the chat. Big shouts out to all of the people in chat. Shouts out to YouTube. Shouts out to Playback. Shouts out to our homie Mike, who is doing the hosting duties live currently. Our talking head on Playback right now. Shouts out to Instagram, X, Twitter. I can't call it X. It's not.
It'll always be Twitter. Kind of like how Arc Arena is always Arc Arena. It's never going to be Sleep Train or Bracelet, whatever the heck it was. It's always going to be Twitter.
Power Balance Pavilion. That's what it was. Yes. I was like, what is that? Oh man.
Yeah, and along that theme, talking about what's being painted up here on stage, we did provide some inspiration to what could be painted. It could end up being something along the TopShot theme with the packs.
Ooh.
This is true. By the way, I had somewhat of a plan, but also I still have no idea what it's actually going to end up being. So I'll be surprised with you, if that's okay.
You love to see it. Yo, and if anyone has ever seen any of David's live streams, awesome work, fantastic. I'm actually wearing shoes from a previous live stream that you did at your previous studio.
Okay.
I've got red paint on my shoes.
I should have looked closer. My apologies.
Good. You would have never known. That's why I brought it up.
You need to take a DNA test of that paint.
DNA test. Yeah, I've got
I would have been like, I've been looking for those shoes for 2 years now.
You're gonna need that.
You can keep them. They're yours.
They were on my feet. They were mine. But yeah, it was so what led you to fully like becoming a degen and becoming part of this digital world of NFTs?
Yeah, so in early 2021, as everyone was still locked in our homes, I started getting DMs from people saying, will you be releasing your art as an NFT? And I said, sure. And then I went and Googled, what is an NFT? And so from there, I started doing some research, and just by the grace of God, we got contacted by Nifty Gateway, who you know is, or at least was, a premier NFT platform. And they said, hey, we'd love to do a drop with you. So this is where like The Weeknd did a drop, Stevie Aoki, every huge digital artist was dropping on there. So I just started doing more research, hopped into the community on Clubhouse. The irony that an NFT digital forward movement was taking place on an audio only platform. So I was in there daily, nightly, just learning the language, and then I was hooked. Yeah, but I love it, and I'll share more later about why I love NFTs.
Yeah, and one of the things about the TopShot NFT and other NFTs in general, along with the different communities, is the utility that it can offer. If the community is able to stick together and the creators of the art are able to stick together with a good community leader, you're able to have events and you're able to have unique opportunities like this. With TopShot Kingdom, we bring people to games. We have events. We take buses to other games in different cities. And just reaching out to David on Twitter just as a what the heck, let's see if he'll respond, to have him come on playback one night to watch a Kings game with us while he's on vacation with his family. And he watches the Kings game with us for a good 30, 45 minutes, I think. Those are the kind of opportunities and utility that you can get by holding an NFT, whether it's TopShot, whether it's Ethereum NFT, whatever it is. Regardless of it, any kind of money that you put in or out of it, it's the utility in the community and relationships that you build through it.
That is true. That's why like being a co-captain of Top Shot Kingdom, like with Chewy, like it's been so freaking rewarding. Like having a captain like Chewy, like just being a leader in the space, like not just being a leader in the space, but like being like a legitimately like good person to hang out with, to like be in a community with, like to be a part of something bigger than yourself. It's like fantastic. And the fact that we're like building, we've got like friends that, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of these guys in a long time, and it feels like there was like no time in between. Like it feels like we kicked it like a few weeks ago, you know. Like it's really, really cool just like having these connections. Even though it was like it was initially just like a digital thing, it became so much more, and I think that's what makes it so rewarding. Like just, it's not just about the owning part. I mean, it's a really important part, but like just having the ability to create this community, create something that's bigger than you, is so much more important.
Yeah, and looking at what is on this canvas so far, I'm trying to picture what it could be.
I've got an idea. I've got many ideas.
I'm curious what your guesses are. Seeing a player, good guess, good solid guess from the audience.
I'm seeing a knight with Mickey
armor.
Mouse on his shoulder.
I'm seeing armor.
Ooh, that is a new one. That is
Mickey
unexpected
Mouse.
guess. I like that. All right, all solid. Any other guesses from the audience? Michelin Man. Also
Man.
a solid guess. All right. They could all be right. Here's the beauty of this. This is why I love doing this. Every answer until I'm actually done is right. It is what you see, what you've experienced is what is actually on the canvas. So congrats, you're all right.
It's the Schrodinger's canvas.
Yeah, with NFTs, with Twitter, a lot of things are kind of through aliases, through being anonymous. So people have their nicknames, people have their PFPs. You know, my nickname Chewy or Chewy Wolf wasn't through the NFT world, but I have adopted it through there and just keep using it. But my PFP is Chewy holding a basketball. Yours, Square Bear, your PFP, yours has a whole persona around it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it started in 2009. I mean, it started before that, but I created a clothing brand in 2009 called Square X Bear, Square Bear, shortened to like SQXBR. Basically, it was just like a streetwear brand, and I really wanted to like just have people feel comfortable in their own skin. You know, you could be a loser, you could be a nerd, you could be a geek, you could be a weirdo, and I want to like take all the negative connotation from that and then just have everyone feel comfortable the way they are. You could be a Square Bear, like, and there's like nothing wrong with it. And so I just ran with it. People would call me Square Bear. Like I hadn't heard Matt in like a really long time. It was really weird. And so people would just call me Square Bear. I would look, and it just became my persona. Like I've used it as my gamer tag. It's my Discord tag. I use it as my name basically everywhere. And yeah, it's just a part of me now. Oh man, it's taken form now. The painting is taking form.
For sure. And your PFP right now is a bear, a little square bear, right?
I actually don't know what my PFP is right now.
You don't know what it
I'm
is?
pretty sure it's the logo, but I could be completely wrong.
So my question that I'm throwing up to David, if he's ready, is if you couldn't have Garibaldi Arts or Garibaldi something as your nickname, as your alias, and if you couldn't have your face like you do now up there, what would be your PFP and your alias?
Ooh, I got it. This is just off the dome, what I'm feeling right now. Mr. Messy Man.
That's pretty good.
If there's already a Mr. Messy Man out there, DM me. We'll battle for it. Woo. I promise I'll win.
Bars.
Yeah.
Is it messy like
Actually,
your art?
I don't know if I'll win. I don't know. Could you imagine just super messy? This guy, I don't know, has works way harder than me, gets his hands dirty. Maybe you can keep it. But Mr. Messy Man.
Is it a double play on words? Is it MESSI?
Oh, like messy?
Mr. Messy.
Like messy?
Oh, I never thought about that. I mean, it could be. You're much better at this PFP name thing than I am. I'm just thinking off because I'm actually messy. Like messy, dirty. Not like Messi the goat.
Messi is the goat.
Goats are dirty, which is also
Goats
ironic.
Yo, double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
All right. Mr. Messy Man. There we go. Now I just got to think of an actual image to go along with it.
Watch, someone's going to claim that at
Yeah, you
before
can come back to us. Come back to us to that.
Someone is signing up right now.
Someone is currently making a new Twitter at.
My gift to you. My gift to the audience, yes.
We'll
you
trade-
can keep that.
trademark
It's on me.
Yeah,
It's on
we'll
me.
trademark it for you. It's good.
Yeah, and we've seen some of the ridiculous art that you've come up with. The Light the Beam art earlier this year, with some of the little Easter eggs and the fans down below.
What Easter eggs did you notice in there?
Well, I mean, some of the obvious ones with the Sixth Man, the 916. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. If I had it in front of me, I could probably find the other ones. But those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. Now I'm embarrassed I don't remember the rest of them. But I remember you speaking about the Easter eggs when you were telling about your method of how you were coming about it, drawing it.
Sorry, the spray paint might make you cough. So I did the cover of the Comstock magazine with the Light the Beam painting, fans outside the arena during the heat of Light the Beam inaugural era. And so there was plenty of energy to be inspired by. And honestly, I mean, as many of you watching this, we had seen the city and the fans fight for this team. We got to keep it. And I was very vocal even about a piece of art that's outside the arena. And so I just was all about look, this is a people's movement. It still feels like that. It still is. So really what I want to do is feature the fans. I mean, we could have featured just the building. We could have just featured a player, but it is really the fans that have extended the energy from the team and the winning and the stats. So I'm just a happy fan, But some of the Easter eggs, there were some. I did throw myself in there.
Oh,
you did?
I don't know if you noticed that. The bald guy with glasses.
I mean, it could have been anybody.
This is true.
Could have been Mr. Messy Man.
Maybe it is. It's my alter ego.
No, but this year has been really, really cool being a Kings fan. I mean, usually we're the laughing stock. We take L's on ESPN. It's been so rewarding. For being a Kings fan, how people are just a part of a fandom, and you're oh, I was there before. It was cool. It wasn't like that at all. If there was a bandwagon, we didn't care. We're just get on, man. We deserve this. We've gone through so many years of hardship and struggle, being a laughing stock, and it was just fantastic. Feeling the energy of everybody, just people on the street. Even if I was wearing a TopShot Kingdom shirt, they would be yo, light the beam, and it's light the beam. My partner got upset sometimes when we would just be walking down the street and someone would be light the beam. I'm light the beam, and she'd be you guys are dumb. Sports are dumb.
But it's dumb love.
It's dumb love.
It's the connection that you can only have with other sports fans.
Right?
Every team has their thing. Our thing right now is the beam.
Is the beam. I mean, previously our thing was pain and anguish and suffering. So I'd trade that for the beam any day.
By the way, so during the NBA season, I'm traveling all over the country doing halftimes for all the other teams. And so as soon as they asked me, like, oh, so who's your favorite team? I'm like, it's my hometown, Sacramento. I mean, almost on cue. They're like, light the beam. Like, it is so cool. Even at other teams in their operations and their game ops, they're like, yo, light the beam. Everyone is excited about it. So it's kind of refreshing. Being a fan from Sacramento, again, many years of humility and losing to actually, be on a winning team for once is nice.
Yeah, and with TopShot, we're collectors, but we're also fans of NBA, and there's collectors all over the world. So there's collectors that aren't necessarily fans of specific teams, or they became a fan of a specific team because of a player. Because the player was from France, and that's where they're from. So they became fans of the Spurs. We have another alias, Ginobiliosaurus. If you know who Manu Ginobili, one of our friends, another captain for the Spurs, his nickname is Ginobiliosaurus. So in Dubai, he was throwing his international NFT day today. And we have the Trailblazers, the Portland Ripec City, throwing their NFT day event today. When they reached out to us, it was just kind of a natural selection to talk to the different captains in different cities because we have an established fan base. We have an established people that know what NFTs are. Whether you're on the stream, whether you're here in real life, you already kind of have that connection to either NFTs and or basketball in general. So it made sense to have that.
I mean, even looping back to us winning, I mean, it's been a decade and a half since we've been to the playoffs, and big shouts out to TopShot Kingdom. We sent people to every single home playoff game last season. Chewy and I went to game 1. It was exhilarating. We were all the way in the furthest back seats that you can possibly be in, and it didn't matter. We were having a great time. It was electric to be in there. Like when you see it on TV, it truly doesn't give it justice. Like even like all the reporters, like during like all the color analysts and just like everyone talking about it, it was impossible to hear in there. Like I had like earbuds in, and whenever I would take them out to try and hear Chewy say anything, it was like horrendous.
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty hard to hear.
I broke my cowbell.
It's not the first cowbell that we've broken in there.
It's not the first that I've broken there. Oh man, that's crazy. The first cowbell that I broke in Golden 1 was literally opening day, and TopShot Kingdom sent 8 people. We sent 8 people
in the suite
to a suite. It was the Red Hawk suite. That was awesome.
Yeah, whether it's going through the suite, whether it's down low behind the basket, and we have 50 people like at the Knicks game, whether it's just the 4 people that we send, like you said, to the home games, or whether we're on playback and we're watching the Kings games together with the community, and we're able to have special guests on, whether it's sports bloggers or whether it's painters like David on the stage here that joined us. You have fans from all different aspects of life that do different things for their profession, but they come together, and it doesn't matter what they do in real life on their day to day. You can have that connection with the fandom.
Exactly. Speaking of fandom, so David, can you share some of the benefits that your fans have experienced from turning your art into NFTs?
Yes. So we mainly did giveaways because one, when we were hot into NFTs, we couldn't do meetups which reminds me we should be more active with it. But we just did a bunch of giveaways of jackets, shoes, just like things that we don't sell, things that you can't buy. You could only get access from it from owning an NFT. So that's how we kicked things off originally. Obviously, I think there's so much more to come. I can't wait until it's, my mom is buying an NFT to access like a speaker that she follows. I just can't wait till it's more, because I do love that we get what it is, but really I think we'll all sort of, all boats rise with the tide.
Right.
And I think we'll all kind of succeed when we can make it more accessible to more people.
For sure, yeah, and not to talk about politics, but it's even been brought up during elections and making not the ballots themselves, but like way back in the day when you had pins and pamphlets, and people would be walking around handing those out, trying to get people to vote for you. You don't have people driving around with a big speaker like you saw in Back to the Future, vote for the mayor. You don't have that anymore. But with NFTs, you could tap into that some of it younger crowd, but also just the digital crowd, and tap into those people with having, vote for whomever NFT, and you get to claim that, and you have that connection to somebody that is running for office, or even. I think it was a couple years ago, you had the MTV Awards that were doing it. The Billboard Awards were doing it. Pepsi was doing it.
Yeah, Pepsi, Coca-Cola was doing it. Like I feel like once we can get to the point where it's less about monetizing the NFT and more about like being accessible, like, because it's really easy to just give away a free NFT, but like it needs to mean something, like, because otherwise then you're just giving away just like it's like a little token or a little trinket, like stuff that you just get at the fair or whatever, and you're just like, this is kind of cool, and then you just toss it aside. But like it'd be really cool if they start to tokenize things that like people like genuinely like take home, like if they started tokenizing like the tickets, like the 49ers and like a couple other teams, they tokenized their tickets last season. That was really cool. They worked with NFL all day. That was awesome. Like you just had to buy a ticket to the game, and then you just got a free. It's like the equivalent of like keeping your ticket stub. I know that the game itself wasn't that important. The Niners won, but regardless, like it was like, I feel like when they start doing it for like important games, like the Super Bowl, or like, I don't know, like playoff games, like where people really want to like keep that stuff, I think it's gonna start being more accessible, I think.
Yeah, and I think this year there'll be more of it. Last year there was a little bit of testing it with pilot programs of in-arena NFTs.
Right.
You would see the QR code coming up on the mega screen or whatever you want to call it, but sometimes it was so hard to scan if you didn't have the right phone or whatever, and they wouldn't have it on consoles or whatever, and when you're walking around the concourse. But those are the kind of things that they're geotagged or geolocated, geolocked. So only if you're in that certain area when you're at the game or at least around the arena, could you claim that NFT to say that you were there. And that the ones that they had there was like Sabonis behind a backboard, or Fox on a backboard. Portland did the same thing. I think Utah at the All-Star game did the same thing.
Right. They did at the All-Star game. They did at the international games. Those were cool. When they started doing more of like the geotagged stuff, like the I was there type of stuff. Yeah. That's when you can really start to get into really cool utility for NFTs. Like just think about like I don't know, like 2-3 years in the future, and everybody has access to like the NBA TopShot app. You go to a game, you don't really think anything of it, like you buy a pack at the game, just like the exact same way you buy like a burger and fries, and then you open the pack, and then the pack itself has like a geo-tagged like a moment in it, or like because you're at the game, you can buy like a specific NFT, and then because you own that NFT, you get to vote on whatever moment in the game becomes a moment in NBA TopShot. Like, they have the technology, it's just having the ability to implement it eventually.
Was it the $6 million man? They have the technology.
Bars.
I know that the 49ers this year, one of their home games, they're doing bobblehead NFT night. So the bobblehead, you get a physical bobblehead.
Oh, and then you also get
and then on the bobblehead is a QR code where you can claim the bobblehead as an NFT. That is an animated bobblehead of your bobblehead with the same serial number of the physical bobblehead.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
If they pull that off, that's pretty cool.
That would be really cool.
I mean, even if you're like, you don't care about NFTs, you don't care about all that different kind of stuff, when you just hear like the connection between those two things, you got to at least respect the coolness factor of that.
No, most definitely. I still feel like there's that half of the audience that's like, I want to see something physical, like I want to hold it in my hands and see it. But like there's the other half that's like, I don't need more stuff. I just, like the digital asset is like all you really need. And so I don't know, when they can find like a happy medium for it, I think they'll really start to like figure it out more, I guess. Speaking of figuring it out, David, for
the segues are
segue.
Professional, by the way.
So for the people in chat, David, to the people in chat,
yes.
For those that want to get started with their own journey of starting to create their own art, their own NFTs, what advice would you give them?
So step one, before you even get to the NFT process, is think about what are you passionate about outside of art. That has to be a constant source of inspiration for you. So no matter how busy you get or how slow you are, you're constantly inspired by a subject that is close to your heart. And then in turn, when you do that, you start to attract an audience. Now, most people get into NFT art and they're like, they go straight for an NFT audience, when really you could be converting people who are into that passion. And I'll give an example. Let's just say I was into classic cars growing up. My dad collected them, I got into them, and I was an artist as well, and I started creating art inspired by these cars, which also comes with a community as well. Now, what I would do is, obviously classic cars may be an older crowd, but if there's a way to convert them into them collecting now the NFT for the utility of access to specific prints or events that you may be part of in the future, or for example, say you become this massive classic car artist, you get invited to go to the Barrett Jackson auction to paint live on the side, and you get to bring one guest. Guess who that guest pass could go to? Is one of your NFT holders. So I just always start at the place of like, what are you passionate about outside of the actual act of creating? That attracts your community, and then from there, engage them with the NFT, educate them on it, give them a reason, a purpose to want to collect it, hold on to it, or resell it. So it always goes back to passion. Like your community will follow that. Your career, monetizing it will follow that. Just who are you outside of the art? It's my best advice to get started.
Yo, I love that so much. Like, are you actually like passionate about classic cars?
I'm not. That was just an example.
I was like, yo, that was
actually,
bars.
Here's the thing, not classic cars. I do love cars. I've been known to have some fun cars, but one thing that I am passionate about is music. So I played the trumpet from 3rd grade to high school. I was always doing art, but I also played the trumpet. So I was in like the classical band, jazz band. And then when I got to high school, they were like, hey, you have to choose between art and music. So I was like, if you heard me play the trumpet, you would understand why I decided to go with art. But music was still always there. So as I started developing my art, what subject matter do you think I went to first? It was jazz music. I started painting live at jazz clubs in downtown Sacramento, directly in that community of people who love jazz music. So I just happened to be the artist who expressed it in a way that no one else could. So I attracted a community of collectors. There was always somewhere to create, someone to create for, and we could speak about music. We were like-minded about something that we love. So the classic cars, and here's the thing, those subject matters are specific to everyone. TopShot is a perfect example. If I was an artist and I was in the TopShot community, I would be right here next to me next time we do this, doing a painting and engaging into the community of something you're involved in. So community is always the place to start as inspiration, and then where you engage.
Yeah, and that tying it into music, one of the things that, of course we are fans of TopShot, but we will say things that need to be improved upon. And one thing, because of IP, because of licenses, there's currently no sound with the videos. They're called moments. They'll have music when you open the packs, but the moments themselves don't have any of the audio, don't have any of the sound. So a lot of what happens is the fans, the collectors, will put their own playlist behind their collection of music. So they'll add some hip hop, or they'll add some rock, or they'll add whatever trip hop, whatever it is that they'll put behind it to make their collection pop a little bit more. Some of them will make their own pack art. They'll make their own graphics around the moments to make it a little bit more about themselves, and a little bit more to put their identity on their collection. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not such a fan of some of the art that go into NFTs. I don't want to call any of the famous NFTs out, but some of the ones that are super famous that make a lot of money or whatever, to me the art, it's okay, but it
feels secondary.
It's kind of out there.
Yeah.
And then there's some art, some NFTs where the art is phenomenal. I'll look at this art and like, this is art, but the artist isn't getting the true love that they deserve through their collection and through their sales, but they're connecting with the group that they have. And so hopefully someday we can get the music attached, or we can get the actual audio of the fans, get the audio of the reporters, or not the reporters, but the broadcasters,
right,
the commentators behind the moments, and put that connection together. But it's always cool when you get the music together and you get the dunk on the beat.
Oh man.
Right? And
that would be sweet
when you connect it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Speaking of connecting and IP, big shouts out again to International NFT Day. Big shouts out again to NBA TopShot and Dapper Labs for actually making it so today. They released a statement saying that if you are a full set collector of whatever set you own, there are specific sets that have NBA IP, so they're not a part of it. But if you own a specific set, you're allowed to basically use the pack art and make your own art. You can make shirts, you can make clothing, you can make mugs, you can make merch effectively. So by owning this full set of NFTs, you can now actually use it to create your own merchandise, to make your own products. And you can only really do this through NFTs.
Right.
Just the releasing of IP, and you're able to customize it with your own flair now, and so it's really freaking cool.
You're putting your own collection to work to make your utility. All right.
Sorry, I saw what David's doing. Let's go.
I like that. That is a genuine reaction I love. Yes. It's coming to life. It's coming to life.
So the reason why I'm so hyped is because my passion is graphic design, and I created the TSK logo. It's a riff on the old Sacramento Kings shield logo, but still, I put in the work. I did the customization for it, and so seeing it on a David Garibaldi about to be NFT is super wild to me. This is really, really cool. This is full circle.
And you and
this is crazy.
You and I both together had to be super careful making some of these logos with the Kings getting on us. We got our knuckles slapped a bunch.
And by the way, I don't know if you saw, we incorporated it doesn't say NFT Day, but the shape. I know it goes without being said, but the basketball is a circle, the square, just to commemorate today as part of, this is today. It's not done yet, but I want to make sure we incorporated that somehow. I know you're a designer. A lot of ways that I develop these images, especially when they're not just a regular portrait or at a halftime or something, but there is like a design element. It's got to feel balanced. It's got to feel like there's some more meaning behind it besides just the image. So yeah, I'm glad you noticed that. Yeah.
Because initially I saw the bar and I was like, what is this bar gonna be? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's all coming together. I mean, you always have the aha moment with your art, but like seeing it live and then like the camera capturing my reaction, and then the fact that I like made a Mickey Mouse sound like that. Oh my god! Like yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, that warrants an AO, right? That's your AO reaction right there.
But that's not like, I mean, it's not like really, it's not like AO, but it's like, hey, yo, like that's dope. That is the emotion that you want to evoke when you're an artist, you know?
Yeah, and whether it's art or whether it's putting events together, whatever it is, your passion hopefully ties into other people's passion, and sometimes the happiness that other people receive is what can make you happy to keep you going along. You know, sometimes though it's frustrating. You know, people don't like what you put out or whatever it is, but you just got to keep on going, because when you get that moment of somebody really appreciating what you put together, that's what makes it worth it.
And I agree. Artists out there, creators, or even if you're just starting, maybe you're starting your own community, is don't think that every single step or everything you create has to be a masterpiece, because that'll keep you from just getting out ideas or creating. Let other people decide if it's a masterpiece. You create the best of your ability today. That's it. And then tomorrow, just create a little bit better. Let your work speak for yourself. Let people decide what's a masterpiece. Just show growth every single day and make sure that it's something you enjoy.
Oh man, I had the perfect segue.
It's hard to follow that up. Right? Sometimes you can't segue, you just gotta move on.
Sometimes you just gotta move on. Oh man, that was nice. It is all coming together.
So I do want to say that we extremely appreciate you taking the time to give us the opportunity to work with you. You know, for those of you that have joined us on stream with him in the past, you know, I've said that I followed you early on when you were on AGT, and watching your streams, following you through live shows and halftime, seeing you in person when you did them at the Kings games, you know, and just working with you these past couple of weeks, seeing that just within the last couple of weeks you've been to different states. You did halftime show for the Cleveland Browns, you did some charity shows, you did all these different things. You're an incredibly busy man, but yet you respond to somebody who you've never met, who reached out to you on Twitter, who runs an NFT community, and you take time out of your day. And I would have never thought that now I'd be doing this kind of thing with you when I saw you on TV however many years ago.
I appreciate that, but also you can sense good energy when it's real and genuine in there, and I sense that from you and then the people that I've seen you surround yourself with. So it's just mutual. And honestly, I'll say this, I love to see people engage communities doing what they enjoy. And obviously this is very close to home, but you all embody that. You found something that unites you, and then you gave it even more purpose by creating community. Like, that's super cool, and it's something that I like being a part of as well, and I enjoy it. So the feeling is mutual, to say the least.
Appreciate that. The glow behind there, what do you think that is? Do you think that's the beam? Do you think that's the boiler from that commercial when they're feeding the beam?
Feeding the purple, like there's a purple
putting
shortage.
The purple socks in there, the purple shortage.
I was like, man, I know that we are like hosting, but like it really is like enrapturing just watching the art being made. Like that's just like it's really, really cool to see live. I mean, I'm sure the people like other people that have like watched the stream, like not just this stream, but like any of David's streams, like you can see like the art being created live, and it's like really, really like it's cool to watch. And I mean, being here in person, it's like different than watching it on like a phone screen or like even like just like a browser. Like this is really, really, really cool. And I mean, you could only be here if you're a part of the NFT community. I mean specifically this stream. I'm sure there are many other ones, but this one right here, it's very exclusive.
Yeah, this is very exclusive. I mean, for some of the people in the room, they're 10 feet away from the painting right now. You know, we're about maybe, I don't know, 20 feet away. I can't do math that well. But
Is that math?
I don't know. But I'd be like,
geometry?
From the only other time that I ever saw it in person, I was in the upper deck of an arena.
Right.
So technically seeing it in real life down that far, down that low, I was watching the screen most of the time. You know, or I'm seeing it on YouTube the next day, or seeing whatever the live clips of it are, and seeing the HD version of it that we see on the screens to the side of us, or the people watching the stream, seeing that, you see different details than you do seeing it in real life. You can see, you know, the things going on around the painting. You can see the paint on the ground here in person. I guess you can see that on the video as well.
You know what's crazy is, so when I first started doing this and putting it on YouTube, I was nobody, so people would comment on it and just say like the craziest things. I remember this guy was like trolling me just for years, and he's like, I'm gonna expose you to the world, and I'm gonna say that you're just painting in front of a projection. Like, he thought that there was like a projection behind a screen, and I was just like moving, and then it was like revealing. And so I told him, I was like, I would invite you to my studio, and also, if that was the case, I would save so much money on clothes. Like, I wish it was easier to just do it on a projection screen, but it's just, it is funny when people finally see it in person, like, it's real paint. And then when they get it on them, they're like, oh, this is real. Like, it's not coming off. So, front row,
it's still on his
shoe.
Congrats.
It's still on my shoe. I mean,
hopefully you won't find out. But by the way, I'm gonna need your help later. Okay? If you're up for it.
Man, it's like just being a part of the production too is like really. This is cool. Like, I mean, like our streams are just talking heads in front of a game, you know, like we've got like low bit rate, like just like Logitech webcam like type like stuff, and like even the stream itself is just like freezing, and like it's not super duper high quality yet, but I mean, like, it's from like, you know, like TNT or like ABC or NBC or like NBA TV. Like, those streams are really cool, but like just being a part of a production like this, it's just like everything is like to a T. Everything feels buttoned up. This is awesome. Like, I wish I could see chat. Like, that would make it even better.
We'll be sure to work on that next time, so that we have like the chat like live on the screen. So noted. By the way, this is our very first live stream recording here in the studio. I've done a bunch of just single paintings, but nothing live like this. So we're literally breaking it in. Again, I'm not gonna announce and talk about the studio today, but it's exciting to literally get this kicked off. And today I was joking around, but we were like getting things ready with bubble gum and duct tape, and until the minute that Chewy walked in, and I'm like, hey, and I've got like just duct tape on the side of my face. So it's exciting to finally see this come together.
So for those of you that are here, we shouldn't walk too hard then, because stuff might fall.
Oh, but also, so in the NFT community, we've got a saying, it's alpha. So I know that you were kind of hinting at it, but you didn't really want to talk about it. So alpha is kind of just like stuff that you want to leak, like stuff that you have planned that you only can really talk about like on live streams like this, but you're still like holding it close to the vest. Do you have any alpha for the chat?
Oh, I have super alpha for the chat. So, I mean, really, I'll announce this now because it's already happening. And I won't say, oh, you could probably Google and find out where it's at. But in 2 weeks, I'll be traveling internationally with the NBA for one of their global games. So I haven't announced it anywhere. I'm going to say it here first on the chat, on the live stream. You could probably Google and find out where they're going to be in 2 weeks, but I will be with them, which I'm super excited about. Yeah.
Yo,
I have an idea of which one that
That's
could
some
be.
super alpha right there.
I also have an idea.
If it's
Yeah.
can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it the Raptors Kings one preseason?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, dang, that would have been.
No,
So
it's like
cool.
NBA. The NBA is bringing us out for this global game.
For the global.
Global game,
Okay,
yeah.
because the Kings are going to Vancouver,
No. This one's really far.
Paris.
No.
Oh
Are
man.
they
If
playing
you
in,
guess it, I'll tell you.
Are they playing in Dubai this year?
Very close.
Very close. Okay.
Interesting.
Very close.
Okay,
Super alpha warm.
I thought I.
Did I use that right?
Nope. I mean, you.
Yeah,
you
warm
get-
alpha.
Yeah,
Wait, what is
yeah,
it?
You could have warm alpha.
Mario. You never know. It could be Italy. Is that what you mean? Like Super Mario, Italy.
Super Mario.
Maybe. I don't know. But you were close. I'll say that.
Okay.
Who are the teams that are playing?
I can't.
Oh, you
Can't
actually
reveal.
He actually can't reveal the alpha. It's 2 alpha.
I don't think they're going to Egypt, but what's the other around Dubai? The Emirates,
UAE.
United Emirates, yeah. So maybe there, but yeah, no, that's super cool. I'm glad that they're doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, I was gonna say went to NBA Con out in Vegas earlier this year, and that's the kind of thing that I could see you performing at. I don't know if you were aware of what NBA Con is. They had the big convention out during
No.
Summer League in Vegas.
Okay.
And they had the MGM convention there. It was Friday through Sunday. So a lot of NBA stars, but they also had just like pop culture.
Okay.
And they had art going on around there that was kind of focused around the hip hop scene, NBA in general, like that. So
Yeah.
a lot of merch, not
Okay.
just NBA related stuff, but the NBA scene around it. And there was artists that were there
Yeah.
performing, musical artists as well.
Okay.
That
I
would
gotta
be
check that
something
out.
That would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
so the
I know
re-
my son. You met my son. He's a super NBA fan. He's gone to travel with me to different games, and he's actually performed half times with me also. So yeah, we definitely gotta check that out.
For sure.
Yeah, the reason why I audibly groaned is because I did not have the ability to go to NBA Con this year. Instead, I went the year prior, where NBA TopShot said they were gonna do some stuff. So they like did some things. You know, we were in like a really up high like suite and we got to see like the fountains from the Bellagio. And then we had like a breakfast that you could only have by owning like an entire set. But like this was like the year before, and then I was just like, if it's just gonna be like this again, I'm probably not gonna go. And so I didn't really make plans to go. And they were like, and we're doing NBA Con, and TopShot's gonna be there, and all these musical guests are gonna perform. We're gonna have concerts every single night. And I was like, this is so ridiculous. And it's FOMO, and like not being a part of something exclusive like that when I was just there literally the year before, it was so frustrating. Like it was unbelievable seeing everybody posting videos, and I was like, I was there, but I'm not there now, and it sucks. And that's what happens.
For those not in the know, what does FOMO mean?
FOMO means fear of missing out. That's not an actual NFT term. That's just a regular pop culture
I had
term.
never heard of that before I got into this scene.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I'd never heard alpha used the way that it's used before I got into this scene.
Alpha is like actually like a thing that only, yeah.
We are very old.
I feel like it's like I only really used alpha in this space. Like even before this, it was like beta. You know, like it was just
Yeah.
and then beta in this space is bad, which I mean it's early in all other instances, but here it's not.
So I'm having my aha moment. I don't know if David's intending this, but from some of the items that I dropped in for inspiration, it's looking like the cosmic.
Oh, like the set.
The set.
Yo, I wish that one of us owned the cosmic set so we could just.
That's like the Grail set.
It's
You
literally.
could either buy a house or you could buy the cosmic set. So.
And it's not just like any. I mean, yeah, I guess it's actually like a. I mean, before it was like you had to be a multi-millionaire to own this set. Like now, it's like, yeah, it's just the price of a house, which is also still exorbitantly expensive. But still, that's neither here nor there. We're not getting into that.
But yeah, and I see my wife looking at the painting in real life, and then looking back at the screen back here, and what the painting looks like through the naked eye and what it looks like on screen. Not totally different, but there are like different colors that pop in different ways between the screen and
that's why
life.
you should see it live.
That's exactly why you should see it live.
You're watching it from the comfort of your couch, but live you get all the color and the paint on you.
No, that's the splash zone that got
So yeah, that's how
the
I got
Marine
paint.
World.
That's how I got
right?
paint
The
on
first
my
2
shoe.
rows is the splash zone.
I was like, make sure you guys check your shoes.
But so far it doesn't seem like it's too much of a splattery type of performance. But you'll get there, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm splattering a little. The cool thing about these live streams is I get to take my time.
Exactly.
So people are always like, what would you do if you had an hour? And I'm like, I probably would get bored, but I just like to take my time. I get to step back, and then feeding off of the energy of the people in the room, it becomes something totally different than I even planned or intended. So, like I said, the idea for me was the structure of the figure, including the circle and square of the NFT day. Besides that, colors, the details, we're just having fun.
It really is. It's fun. Like the whole experience. It's been a blast just being a part of this. I mean, just being surrounded by art, like being in this space, like it's honestly really inspiring. Like just when I first walked in here, I was like, man, because like when you look at it on the outside, you're like, oh, it's just a warehouse. It's like any old warehouse. But I mean, like the interior of any room can change the feeling. Like it's all emotion. I mean, when you look at your art specifically, like when you like think about your planning for all of your art, what emotions do you normally try to evoke when you're doing like anything freestyle?
So whether it's a somber image or whether it's exciting, I'm trying to evoke some sort of exciting emotion. You know, a lot of my live shows, it starts off, or actually every painting starts off with just a few splotches of paint, a few dabs of paint, and then it just grows and transforms. And there's a term called crescendo. It's a term in music where it starts off very light layers, and then all the layers build, and it's just like the painting. So I try to build every painting like that sound of crescendo, which starts off like, what are we doing? What are we listening to? What is this? And then it starts to come to life. And as it comes to life, to feel the excitement that we're all realizing what this is together, as that music does, as the art does. So even with these last splashes. So by the way, speaking of last splashes, I met a gentleman. What was your name again? No, Jared, what's his name? Your son? What's your son's name? Preston. I met Preston earlier. He came in here. He's like, that's my chair, sits down, starts hosting. And I'm like, this kid's a little star. So I figured what better way to end this painting than with Preston. So Preston, are you up for this? And he doesn't have a latex allergy, right? Correct? Because this is latex paint. It's water-based, so don't worry. Okay, come on up here. All right, so I know you said you like blue. But since it's like a King's thing, we're gonna do purple, if that's okay. So I'm gonna walk you over to the purple paint. We're gonna get a little paint on your good hand right there. And then at the same time, on the count of 3, you're gonna do a handprint over there, and I'll do it right here. Deal? All right. Woo.
And then never wash your hand again.
Never wash your hand again. You're just gonna have a purple glove.
That wouldn't be that bad of a thing,
That wouldn't be bad.
right?
I love purple.
Think of worse colors.
Like earlier today, I was wearing almost all purple. I mean, my pants not, but like, you know me. I wear purple all the time. All right, we're going to help count. 3. Oh, we're going 1. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Preston. Yes, our little TSK star. Let's go.
Good job.
Great job. He's going to probably steal my job. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do one quick last splash, and then we're going to call it a painting. I don't want to take away from it. I feel like this is a solid image. And also, Preston, it's going to be on the blockchain, your handprint on the blockchain forever. That's pretty cool.
It's immortalized.
That's pretty cool. All right, let's finish this off.
So who do you think is underneath that helmet there?
You know what? It could be anyone. It could be Isaiah Thomas.
Ooh.
So we're going to show you one close look. You can give them some detailed look at the painting. And then is it okay if I come over there and chat a little bit more? All right, cool. Take a look. And thank you to our TopShot Kingdom community for joining us tonight. Can I go there real quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You want to sit with me?
You want your phone?
Yes.
Square Bear. This is warm. This feels good.
It is
warm. Warm
fully,
seats are underrated.
100%.
Totally underrated.
Preheated seats.
Yeah. So guys, great job doing this hosting. You guys did incredible.
Thank you.
You do this all the time?
I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just what we do.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say first, thank you for just reaching out and taking the lead on this collaboration. And so, what's going to happen next after we get you the high-res digital image? Mm-hmm. What's going to happen next?
So once we have the high-res image, effectively what it is we've got the art. We put it onto the blockchain. We go through this new blockchain. I mean, it's not new, but the blockchain that we use currently for TopShot, as well as like a lot of other projects currently, is Flow. So we're gonna put it on Flow. It's gonna be called a float. Float. It's pretty cool. Take the image, we password protect it. We can limit it to a certain number. So if you want, like, we maybe have 15, maybe 20 people here. We could limit to 20 if you feel like. But we've got live stream guests as well. So I mean, we'll probably bump it up to maybe I don't know how you feel, 75,
you
80.
Can do, this image is yours. So you guys can do as many as you want. I'm donating the image to the community. So. And
also, once again, we appreciate you donating your time, your effort. I mean, we love your art.
My pleasure.
We love spending time, just kicking it with you, just bouncing ideas off. We're always down to just do whatever. So it's always a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, so make sure you follow them across platforms at TopShot Kingdom. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You can follow me at Garibaldi Arts. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe so you get updates, and also hit the notification and the bell so you get updated anytime we go live or we post a new video. But before we leave, take one last look at this painting, and then after that, we're going to get some group photos. So, all right, Enjoy. Peace.